Hello, soulmates. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you are new to my channel, you are highly welcome. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to cut and sew this stylish gown you are seeing on your screen. So the inspiration of this gown is this picture at the center, and the inspiration was made with an aquatic fabric. But I decided to recreate mine using an Ankara fabric, and I used two patterns of Ankara to recreate this. So if this is a tutorial you're interested in, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and also subscribe to this channel. Thank you. So for this style, I made use of this leftover Duchess fabric that I have. So this will be for the strap of the sleeve. And for my Ankara, I have 6 yards of Ankara fabric here. So this Ankara is two pattern in one. And I used about 5 yards of this Ankara. Like their style require a lot of fabric if you want to recreate it. So these are the measurements you will need. So you need to measure around your chest. As you can see that I place my tape above my bust, round it above your bust, round it. And when you are taking your measurement, make sure it is a little bit free because you don't want it to be too tight at this point. If you are taking your measurement to be tight, just know that you will add ease allowance, but just take it a little bit free so that you don't add ease allowance later on. So the next measurement you will take is also your upper bust. So your upper bust length is from your shoulder to where your bust is starting from. This can also be called the chest line. So you measure your chest line circumference and the chest line length. The length and the circumference, you need it. Another thing you can measure is the distance between the strap. You can decide this, or you can just measure on your client or on yourself if you're making it for yourself. So how like the distance between the two strap, just try and measure it so that you can know where you'll be fixing the strap. So these are the three basic measurements you will need. We also need the length of the gown, which is very, very important. So this is my fabric, guys, and this is folded into two. And mind you, I'm still cutting just the front pattern alone. So this is just for the front alone. So you know the upper bust length that we measured. So for me, my own is 6.5, but I'm placing my tape on 6 so that when I join this to the other fabric I'll be sewing, I'll be left with 6.5. So it's just like measuring your 6.5, then adding another half inch at the top. You know that will be 6. You will have 6 like that. So just measure. And for the length of my gown, I'm using 39 inches. Please use a short measurement because the side will still be longer after you are done sewing. At the center front here, you will measure your chest line circumference divided by 4. So whatsoever you have there, you measure it. So when I was taking my own measurement, it was very tight. So I decided to add ease allowance. But the ease allowance I added was 2 inches, which was too much. So if you measure your own measurement to be tight, the ease allowance I recommend you use is just one instead of this two. So now at that point where I mark the chest circumference divided by 4 and the 2 inches, you will notch that part with half inch. So the notching will be half inch deep. After taking this measurement, you should be left with about 20 inches from that notching to the end of this fabric. So I have 20 inches down there. So I forgot to mention. So when I was folding my fabric, I folded it on 30 inches. So my measurement after the chest circumference divided by 4 and the ease allowance, everything was about 10 inches. Then the remaining 20 inches is for the excess by the side. So I place the front on the back so that I can notch the center and also that point that I notched on the front. So I'm notching the center now. Then I will notch this point, the one I did on the front fabric. I will also do the same on the back. Please make sure they are on the same point because you'll be joining them together so that one is no longer than the other. Make sure they are on the same point. So you also notch the back. The next thing I will do now is to open up one of the fabric, either the front or the back, and I will mark where I want the strap to be. So what I did was to measure 9 inches So I measured 9 inches. That's 4.5 from the center to the right, and from the center to the left. That's another 4.5. That's making 9. Mind you that this strap is not starting from this point. When I was fixing the strap, I make sure that the center of the strap align with this point. So that means the strap is still going a little bit inward, if you understand. So on this point here, when I want to fix the strap, I make sure that the center of the strap is aligned to this point, the center of the strap, not the edge. So the center is aligned to this. So the distance in total after fixing the strap is not even 9 inches anymore. After the main bodies, there's an extended peplon attached to it at the top. If you've sewn an extended peplon style, you will understand how this works. So this is my fabric. As you can see, it is folded into two. Like it is folded into two, just like this. As you can see, the fabric. So this is what the fabric looks like. Then I fold it into two like this. Then I will fold it again. So you know we use 30 inches on fold for the front, the main, let me just say the main bodies. So it's the same thing we'll be using, like the same length we'll be using, but the, would I call it the width or the height of this is just different from that one, and this one is folded into two. So the same thing we did for the main fabric, the main bodies, will also do the same here. So you measure your chest line divided by 4. So if you've added is when you were measuring, you don't need to add is anymore. And if you want to add is to this, please make sure you're adding 1. Don't add 2 inches like my own. I later corrected it when I was done. So you also notch with half inch, just like this. So you notch with half inch, make sure it is half inch deep, just like this. And please note that you'll be cutting two of this. So when you are done with this one, you cut another one. So one will be for the front and the other one will be for the back. So guys, when you want to sew, the sewing will start from this notch part. It will go like that to the end, just like this. It will go like that to the end. In case you don't have enough fabric and you want to join fabric, you can join it at the edge over there, at the bottom over there. You can join it to make up this, if your fabric is not enough to go folded like that. So now this is the strap, and for my strap, I make sure it was, it was 6.5 inches. That was my chest line, that is the chest length, and 6.5 on the front and back, that's 13. I should cut 14 inches here. That's extra 1 inch for the joining, that is half on both edge, but I went ahead and cut 13. This is because I want the strap to be tight. So if your strap length for the front and the back is 13 inches in total, so you'll be cutting that exact 13 inches, but we'll be taking the sewing allowance from it, so at the end it will reduce to 12 inches, which will be very tight. So now this is one of the main bodies. So this is the front. So this is the right side. I'll place the other one to right side facing each other. So it is time for us to start sewing. So right side facing each other, you place it together like this. Make sure you locate where you notched, and make sure you are aligning where you notched together, just like this. So make sure you are aligning it together just like this, and you go ahead and sew. So this is how you will sew it. So from this notching, you sew it to the edge there, then you sew it down. You do the same thing too for the other side. So the center part will be open. That center part will be opened. So you sew straight down to the edge, to the M line there. You sew it straight down. So guys, after sewing, this is what we have. So this is the main bodies. As you can see, the opening here. So this is what we have. So the next thing we'll do now is to add our extended peplon, but we'll be adding our strap in between so that our sewing can be very neat. So I went ahead to do one of the sides, so I will explain how to go about it now. So this side has been, I've fixed the strap. As you can see that the strap is in between the main bodies and the extended peplon. So this is the extended peplon. The way you'll be fixing this extended peplon, you'll be placing it at the wrong side. You'll be placing it at the wrong side. So the extended peplum will be like at the back. As you can see what I'm doing. So this is the wrong side. This is the wrong side at the back. So the extended peplum will be fixed at the wrong side like this. Down, down just like that. It will be at the wrong side. But because we want the strap to be in between, so what I marked at the back, I will mark it at the front now. So I will locate the point. If you remember, we are working with 4.5 from the center to the right and 4.5 from the center to the left. As you can see that the point is at the center of the strap. If you are following what I was saying earlier, you will understand this better now. So now when you want to fix the strap, the wrong side of the strap, which is, I'm calling the wrong side where the joining is because I ironed my joining to the center. So the center, that part that has the joining is the wrong side. You align it with the wrong side of the main bodies. The wrong side of the strap, you align it to the wrong side of the main bodies at the center. As you can see that I'm putting the pin at the center. So this is the wrong side. Like I said, the wrong side of the strap that I'm talking about, because I ironed my joining of the strap to be at the center, so that's my wrong side, and I'm pinning this to the wrong side of the main bodies. Then this extended peplum will now be at the back of the strap. So it's like the strap is in between the main bodies and the extended peplum. So the extended peplum now, it is fixed to the wrong side of the main bodies. I hope you understand all this. Please, you can watch this again to understand. As you can see, this bright side of my fabric is the right side. So the wrong side is the part that is not as bright as the right side. So now I've pinned this. The strap will be in between the two. Then I will go ahead and sew. So when you get to that strap area, you can sew like 2 or 3 times so that you can secure that very well. So you go ahead and sew this. So when you are done sewing, you go ahead and iron. And after ironing, this is what we have. So this is what our gown is looking like. The gown, when you are done with the gown will look like a rectangle. It will look like a rectangle shape. So if you are using an heavyweight fabric, this will fall better than an ankara that is lightweight. So imagine if I used, let's say, like a crepe, a duchess, a silk, it will fall better than an ankara fabric. You know, an ankara fabric is lightweight, so it did not fall very well, but it still came out very nice. Or what do you think about the outcome? So imagine if I use the aquate that was used for the inspiration. This will be very, very nice and very, very perfect. So you can recreate yours using any fabric of your choice. Any fabric. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.